Welcome back to the show. We are concentrating this entire show, of course, on mental health. And our next guest is a wonderful mental health and wellness advocate. I am joined by Chris Nihmey. Chris, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. And Chris, I know you've been great about sharing your own story and very honest and a very open and authentic person. So let's talk about your story, Chris. Tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me today. It's a wonderful opportunity to share my story, but also to give people hope in their own journeys of dealing with their struggles. I can take us way back. It's hard to believe. It used to seem so close, but 1997, I had just graduated university. I went to Western University. I had everything in my hands. I had received awards. I was president of the student council. I had graduated. I went to teachers college, and it took a long time to earn all those things. But something was happening during those times, and I just stayed silent. My biggest excuse was I was worried about what people would think. I was worried to scare my family, and I used the excuse that many people who suffer use, which is "I'm fine." It was a secret. It was a secret I held, and it was probably the thing that made things much, much worse because I stayed quiet. Things continued to build and get worse. And in 2000, after only 2 years of teaching, I resigned after being diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And from there, it was an uphill climb, a decade-long battle because I had kept things in for so long that things got worse and worse. And eventually I hit a crisis. So it led to a long journey, but here I am today. I've healed substantially with a ton of support, which I'm going to talk more about. A loving family, an amazing doctor, my faith above, and it led me to find purpose in my life, which led me to write and to put together my memoir, which was a book that I wanted to share with others to give them hope and show them that healing does happen. It's a long journey, that's for sure. But with the right support, with the right people in play, and with the hard work, it happens. It really does happen. And that's what I want to show people, that healing is possible.
Well, you said you wanted to touch on that support, Chris. So let's talk about that because people that are watching right now and they perhaps see some of the signs of somebody that is struggling. Just tell people at home how much that support means to somebody.
I can't emphasize it enough. I mean, my family was a godsend. They were there no matter what, no matter what I had, no matter what I did. Because when you're dealing with illness, you're doing things that you would never say, do, or think because you're going through so much. But as I always stress with anyone I speak to, I don't care what your family member is going through. Never let your loved one go. Because in the midst of the worst that I was going through, my parents and my doctor, and they were there. They were by my side no matter what. And they realized that I couldn't do it alone, and I needed those people. And that's why days like today are so important, that we talk and we converse and we're there for each other and there's connection, because you can't do it alone. Because without the people around you, hope does dwindle. And without hope, healing doesn't happen. So, knowing that those people were in my life was a big, big push forward in my road to healing.
Let's talk about your latest initiatives, Chris, to improve mental health services. So what do you think is necessary? I know you're passionate about it.
Oh, I'm very passionate. So what I've learned over the years, working with, in the field of mental health, is that for the longest time, mental illness and mental health has taken a back seat to physical health, which is kind of odd because the brain is a physical organ and the most critical organ in our body. So one of my big initiatives is to try to gain parity between the mental and the physical, because we need more funding, we need more accessibility, we need to open doors so that people know where to go to get help immediately. I've dealt with many people in my own journey in advocacy who are struggling and trying to find a place to go, and there's nowhere. They're either going to
Yeah.
emergency, family doctors. These areas, great. They give them some support, but it's not the support they need. They need mental health professionals to guide them through. So my initiatives that I'm working on are to open those doors to avenues where people can get the help they need on demand right away.
Yeah, Chris, I couldn't agree more. When you look at the percentages that we put towards mental health and our healthcare system here in Canada, it is quite shameful. Really appreciate you
Yeah.
being so authentic and sharing time with us. Thanks so much, Chris. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more daytime right after this.